What's going on YouTube? This is your boy Lag One Half and Duo trying to do a little quick video, maybe a quick response. If it's a response, it might be add-on. Who knows? Saw this. I basically been looking at pointing out some stuff from the Juice is Loose. Shout out to somebody who keeps up with it and watch the video. Not watch Juice is Loose's podcast once in a while. I used to watch it a lot, but things happen. I'm busy, and also they've been getting a little certain things that I disagree on. But you know what? It is what it is. They have their opinions. They can share it. Some of the opinions that I disagree about watching the last video was they listened to our Fuikawa talking about how Miyamoto and how he's gonna do this and that, which that's not how Nintendo works. He respects Miyamoto in the quote that he was saying, but Miyamoto is head of software for Nintendo. Anything third party, whatever, he could go do anything with third party stuff. But when it comes to Nintendo owned games, Miyamoto is the head, and that's the way it was set up again by Yamauchi. Smart by that man to do that, to make sure that the game has a certain quality, whatever. You know, I might not like him, man. Whatever, it is what it is. And I think I started part where we're talking about Star Fox. I don't blame Miyamoto for Star Fox because, again, it's the gamers, just like with the Metroid Return of Samus. I hate that stupid thing. The fans ask for the dumb thing and they don't buy it. That's why I don't like a lot of gamers these days, because they bitch and moan and don't get what. And then when it comes time to put your money where your mouth is, you don't do it. So right now I'm gonna try to do Mr. T's video, who has a video called talking about Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. It might be a response video. It might not be. It might be an add-on video. He might persuade me. I've not watched the video, so let's listen to it together and see what it's all about. Because he's thinking that Donkey Kong is a blatant greed, which I could give other examples, but let's just see what's going on with it.
Cheaper for the Switch, and you know, I don't want to say it's like 50-50, but there's definitely enough of dissension that you notice it, and there's also enough of placating, is that the right word? Or there's enough people kind of dismissing that argument. So here's my case. If you guys been around on my channel long enough, if you've subscribed to me a while, this game right here was my 2014 Game of the Year, beating out Bayonetta 2, which was basically the runner-up that year. It's like Wii U, I thought, was starting to hit its stride, and there was going to be a shift in the narrative with the Wii U, but that didn't quite happen, unfortunately. And but that doesn't change the fact that a great game on a non-popular system is still a great game. That doesn't affect the game. And obviously with the Switch being a very popular system, we're getting Wii U ports pretty much full throttle at this point, especially this month. We're getting a lot of ports. And, you know, some people are turned off by that. I made a video talking about how it's nuanced and how I treat each port differently. And that's going to be the same for this.
Okay, that's cool to hear. For context, in 2016, I made a video when people was cracking on PlayStation, most PlayStation, and a little bit of Xbox. In 2006, I said, you guys need to calm down on the whole port thing. I could see Nintendo doing the exact same thing. It's a business. They're going to try to make money. As T just pointed out, because of the Switch was not the Wii U was not popular, and you could see it in the video of the last video I did when the scores, how the scores go for Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze and how he's on the Switch. That popularity now, that people just are sheepish. They don't. If his thing's popular, they feel grander. If it's not popular, they don't want to stand on its own and do it. No, T stand on his own with the Wii U, majority of the Wii U all the way. So I'm not hitting him over that, but. Just for context for what we're going into right here. He says he's going to do nuance. Let's see how he's going to do nuance. And again, I mean, there's a simple answer to all these things. Let me say, every time, if you come to my channel, you know, I've said multiple times. It's a simple answer to this thing, but let's just see what he says.
I don't mind this port existing. I felt like this game did not sell as well as it should have, especially if you go back to Donkey Kong Country Returns on Wii. I think that sold over 5 million copies. It was a huge success, and which is the reason we got the sequel. And Nintendo was hoping that the same was going to happen for this, but obviously it didn't, because there wasn't enough of an install base for one, and the system wasn't selling that well. So I was very. This is like my one of my favorite 2D platformers of all time, arguably my favorite.
I'll stop there for 1 second. Just because of the budget of what they did with Tropical Freeze, a lot of people didn't like Tropical Freeze at the time because of they were messed up because Rare. This is what Rare was working on. Everybody thought that Rare was working on next Metroid, so they basically wanted to go against Rare. That's why some of the people didn't want to buy this game. They're like, oh, another Donkey Kong, come on. That's 1, 2. Because of the budget, yeah, it did so. Basically, it made its money back and made profit on the Wii U, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. So did Mario Kart. So that kind of did cut that thing as well too. But it just it's because they wanted. And I'll say this again: the ports are stopgaps. So you don't have this lull, which all consoles have, and the Switch is going to get it too. But you can't deny from the beginning to now, every other month at the most, Switch has been coming out. Switch has a major game from Nintendo, port, not non-port, from since the day the Nintendo Switches came out. So you can't say they have not given you games all for now. Problem is, some are ports. My answer is simple as usual: is if you don't like it, don't buy it. But let's see what happens again.
Sometimes maybe nostalgia gets in the way with some of the ones I put above it, but as far as challenge-wise and just pure fun, this game is definitely that. And like I said, this version didn't sell that well. I think initially it sold barely over 1 million. I remember looking up, and it was like 1.1 million or something. And that was before they did the Selects version of this, which was Nintendo on Wii U. They decided to do this whole Select line of games that I guess sold over 500,000 copies or something like that. And they marked them down to $20. Nintendo titles, and
it's sold over 1 million.
So currently on Wii U, I haven't checked myself. I heard that it got pulled down, which I did check for that. Saw it pull down the Wii U version, but I heard that it was back up. So it's back up for $20 on Wii U, if I'm not mistaken. So so I think right now the game sits at maybe almost 2 million, which a lot of those sales, like I said, were at the $20 price point. So
about 900,000.
The game, I think, had a decent budget because Retro was working on it for a while, and you can tell by the quality of the game that it was a high quality game. Even though people initially was like, "Oh no, we don't want a 2D game, especially a 2D Donkey Kong game from Retro. We want Metroid at the time." But when the game came out, all that kind of went away. People still wanted Metroid, but they were very happy with Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. So along comes the Switch, and we get this version along with other ports, and it's $60. And initially, this game launched on Wii U for $50. So that's already slightly egregious. Maybe you can say, well, the cart is more expensive. But the problem is that Nintendo themselves devalued this game. It's not the fact that it's on Wii U, or it's not the fact that it's an old game, 4 years old. It's not that old, but it's 4 years old. Nintendo said this game is now worth $20. And so regardless of the fact if you had a Wii U or not, if you haven't played this game on Wii U, Nintendo marked this game down. Retail. This was their full price, $20.
That's the Nintendo Selects, just like they did in Nintendo's Player's Choice, just like they did they always mark those that they thought games that sell well and want to push more sales. They always done, so that's nothing new.
So you have that. Now with that, I would think this game was going to launch. I initially thought this game would be like a $40 game. 50 at max, which would be okay. 40 would be, I think, the sweet spot for this game. They obviously added, they bump up the resolution from 720 to 1080, which is good. The load times are much better. I think they're by half. It's faster to load. Maybe a little bit more, maybe by 60%, 65%, something like that. So that's all good. And they obviously added Cranky Kong. They added Funky Kong, which is basically kind of an easy mode, or a new kind of speed run mode, if you will. I've seen some cool stuff done with speed runs with Cranky Kong. Or there we go again with Funky Kong. So that's cool. But here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, it doesn't matter if you bought the Wii U version or not, because to justify it being $60, whoa, all these people didn't buy this game, so it doesn't matter. Obviously, it matters to me because I'm not going to buy this game at $60. Hoping that it gets.
Which, there you go. You have a choice. The same thing I say. If you don't like it, don't buy it. If you don't like it, buy it. You could wait until Christmas. Maybe he might say that to Black Friday. There might be a sale on it. You could do that. You have the thing that kills me is we have a lot of options to buy things. You can buy it used, whatever it is. I did not buy Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze on the Wii U. Nothing against the game. It's just something I didn't buy. I would have bought, and basically I'm gonna get it for the Switch. For one main reason I'm getting it for the Switch is because for longevity. Like I am buying some of my one to help the I speak about it while I want good games, I want whatever, so I'm doing this. People will say, well, I'm part of the problem. Hey, I put my money where my mouth is. Like I said, I buy what I like. I don't buy what I don't like. I bought Bayonetta twice on the Wii U, digital and physical. I didn't buy it for the Switch. My sister bought it, but I didn't buy it for the Switch. To be full truthful, I didn't buy Pokken DX on the Switch. I have Pokken on the Wii U. And if I'm gonna buy a game like Zelda Hyrule Warriors, I bought the game on the Wii U and on the 3DS, and I'm gonna buy the definitive version later on, not at the full price. Just if that's what you are gonna go to with Zelda with that. The most reason I'm buying most of these games back, like Mario Kart, whatever, is because cartridge games last way longer than disc drives, and I want it. If the gaming is going down the toilet, as I've been talking about and seeing how is it going lately, I'm rather have games that I could buy and have for a long time and play without no problems. That's what I'm doing that for. But let's see what he was gonna say. If he's gonna buy it later on, pick it up later on for a lower price, whatever, which he has the right to do that.
Down to around 30, 35 at some point. Maybe in a year or so, we'll see. It's hard for Nintendo games to go down, even if they've been devalued by Nintendo themselves. But that's just it. And so those are your upgrades. The game is basically the same game with some a slight visual bump, and easy mode, if you will, and that's it. So you would think the price would signal that. It would signify that, like, because this game isn't very different from what we initially got. And yes, it's 4 years old, and yes, Nintendo themselves marked the game down to $20, and it's currently $20 on a different console. But again, if you don't have that console, and obviously buying that console and then buying the game is more expensive than buying the Switch version of Donkey Kong, then that I understand that. But it doesn't matter because market-wise, Nintendo's decided this game was cheaper. So I was thinking $40. Obviously, it's not $60, and I didn't like that. So I have examples of Nintendo themselves adding value to a game that's old and making it worth a full price. And that's this game. This game obviously came out on Wii U for $60, Mario Kart 8. It was, just a bare game, Obviously, you unlock characters and all that stuff, but there's a lot of DLC that came with this game. That didn't come with the game, but initially rolled out for this game that we didn't get initially, and that was above $60. So you bought the $60 game, and then you bought the DLC later, which I believe I paid
$11.
I think I played somewhere around $15. I think total.
It's supposed to be $11 total.
If you did it early, you got a discount. So
yeah.
I can't remember exactly what it was.
$11.
So the game basically $65 or $75, somewhere around there with taxes or whatever. If you bought it and then bought the DLC, and so this version gives you all the DLC. I think the frame rate was bumped up, and the it's 1080p now, right? I didn't get that wrong, right? It's 1080p, docked, obviously. You get the added bonus of portables, but that's not a value thing. It's value to you if you value being able to play everywhere, which I do, but that's not like something you would charge people more for because you can play it portably. So when I hear people, the portable mode, that will never justify a game being more expensive because you can play it anywhere.
No, but it does justify a lot of people who said who Switch has made them like a list. A lot of people from Rich OJ, a lot of people who didn't care about the Wii with the visuals and all the stuff back with the Wii U, but now because it's portable, I can buy the game. Oh yeah, the frame rate's this, the visuals are not that, but at least I can play. Jeez, I'm telling you, the gamers nowadays is simply annoying. Just why don't you guys just buy your games and be quiet? If you that's how easy it would be. But I digress.
That's just an added feature. That's not like you don't charge people more so you can play a game on a tinier screen. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So
a tinier screen.
The thing that gives this value is all the DLC.
Okay.
Plus an actual real battle mode.
True.
And that is the only reason I rebought this game was because they added the battle mode, which is what I basically play exclusively when I play this game. I usually go and play the battle mode at this point, or I'll jump into races occasionally.
Okay.
But I mostly play battle mode. And to me, the price of $60 is justified in this game because it added value to it.
To you. And to me as well.
It wasn't just minor little things. There was value added to this. Oh, and like I said, it's a multiplayer game, so you can get hours and hours continuing past the initial game itself.
Mm-hmm.
You get hours of enjoyment beyond that, so that also helps in a repurchase.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have this. This is what makes it the most peculiar and strange that they decided to charge $60, which is $10 more than the retail price of Wii U. For Donkey Kong, they charge $60 for this. But I'm looking at Amazon, and this is a $40 game. And this game launched at $40. And here's the weird thing. This actually has new content. There are actually new levels in this game.
Yes.
They added Mario Odyssey stuff to this game. And it's still $40. So it doesn't make any damn sense. If you even just look at this game's port to this, it's $40, and they added new stuff. This didn't. I mean, you can say they added a new character, but that didn't really change Donkey Kong. It's not like it's basically a easy mode.
Mm-hmm.
But they added new stuff to this, and it's still $40. Why? Why isn't that just okay? Well, this is just outright a greedy thing. And it sucks because I love this game. I want to be able to champion this game and say, hey, all you Switch guys who never had a Wii U, especially, go buy this game. And if it came out at the price of this coming out, which is $40, I'll be screaming for the mountaintops for people to buy this, but I can't. I'm a real person. I have to be honest with myself and say, no, this isn't great. This isn't a good thing. And as a Nintendo fan, you should do that. You have to do that.
Not really.
They could have easily gave this game value. by adding Donkey Kong Country Returns to it.
That is true.
Giving an HD version of that. Just up-resing it. I'm sure it wouldn't have took that much to do that. Up-resing it to 720 1080p for the Switch, and doing a little bit with the controls and stuff like that, and that would have made it an immensely more valuable prospect at $60 than just the bare bones port from Wii U. That would have made it a lot better. They could have done that, but they didn't do that. I don't know why, but they didn't.
They didn't.
In an era of online retail
really?
where everything is just a few clicks away.
God dang commercials.
I expect better from Nintendo than the other guys do. And speaking of the other guys, there's this. This game here, Shadow of the Colossus, just launched a few months ago on PS4. And it's not just a straight port of this game. This is the HD version. There, obviously, Shadow of the Colossus, if you don't know, is a PS2 game. Great PS2 game. That came out late in the PS2's life by Team Ico. That's why this is the Ico collection. Has Shadow of the Colossus and Ico on it. But I'm speaking specifically of the PS4 game, but I don't have it. It is a ground-up remake of this game. Obviously, it is very similar. The art style, is very similar. But it is a remake. It is a built for the PS4 version. It's not just they didn't just slap this game onto the PS4 like they did. Let's say what was the Kingdom Hearts collection? That's basically this. I have that too. I don't want to get up and grab it, but I have the Kingdom Hearts HD collection for PS3, and they basically just slapped that on PS4. This is actually a ground-up remake / remaster of Shadow of the Colossus, and it's $40. This would have been way more acceptable to me as a $60 game because it is a remake, ground up on the PS4 than this. So if Sony can do it, why can't we expect Nintendo to do it? Like, what is so wrong about people making these connections and saying that this should be the case for this game? That this game is overpriced. It is. It's overpriced, and it hurts for me to say that because this game is so great. It's worth $60, but the problem is Nintendo devalued this game themselves. By initially launching the Wii U version at $50 and then marking it down to $20. I'm not saying the game should be $20 on Switch. I just said $40, even $50 would be acceptable, but $40 would be the sweet spot, whereas $50 would be like, all right, it's a little overpriced, but it's kind of acceptable. If you look at the cart, maybe it's a little more expensive because of the cart. Nintendo doesn't want to eat the cost. You can make an excuse. It's still not the great excuse because Nintendo should. And there's these people that are running around, well, the Switch is a popular console, and therefore, the games should cost more. Well, I guess they should cost more because Switch is popular, whereas the Wii U wasn't. I mean, what kind of logic is that from a consumer? You are a gamer, a consumer. If you have Nintendo stock, that's fine. You can say things like that. But you're a consumer first, I would think, a gamer first. Nintendo's bottom line doesn't matter to you, I would hope. Nintendo's making good money. They didn't need this game to be $60 to survive. They could have easily put this game at $40, made a good profit off of it, and moved on. So, to me, it's money grab. It's money grubbing. It's greedy for them to do that. And how you feel about it is fine. But this is how I feel about it. And
that's his opinion, right?
So it's factual. This is not an opinion that this game is overpriced. Nintendo is telling you that this game is overpriced because of this version. Well, not this version specifically, but the Selects version, which is the same game with the little banner over it that says Selects. So that's not an opinion that this game is overpriced. It's a fact, and Nintendo made it a fact. So, you know, it's at the end of the day, it's not even that big a deal. Like, why is there such pushback?
That's a bigger deal.
Make any sense to me. I don't understand it. This is my game of the year 2014. I want to be able to champion this game, but Nintendo, you know, charging, you know, for me, for my tastes, $15, $20 too much for it, is what's, you know, making it hard for me to do that. So, do I recommend the Wii U version? Not if you don't have a Wii U. If you have a Wii U and you don't have this game, definitely get it on Wii U over Switch. If you have a Switch, I would say wait. Because you don't want to send a signal that this is okay, Nintendo. You don't want to send that signal that it's okay for you guys to do this. For you to devalue your own game. And then charge more for the Switch version. This is their own doing. I didn't do this. You know, so that's what it is. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, as always. Thank you for watching and listening, and I'll see you folks next time. Peace out.
All right. As he just stated, with the whole, you know, you have a opinion. Talk about facts and all that stuff. Oh, I got you, Ms. T. I got you. I got what you're saying. The funny thing that killed me is it's very easy give me a second here, because it's Nintendo has done it. Everybody has done it. Now, I have to say this. Basically, anybody, like I said before, you can buy any game, excuse me, with your money. If you don't like what they're doing with it, you don't have to buy it. Lego City was a select. Then it came out on the Switch. And it was a lot of money. And I think TCE bought it. I could be wrong, but all it added was basically a two-player mode, really, to the point. A signal was sent already when everybody bought Mario Kart Deluxe, 8 Deluxe. Basically, and like I said, to a degree, I understand where he's coming from in that regard, but it always falls on he said you got to be a gamer first. Well, yeah. A consumer first. Yes, you gotta be a consumer first. Okay, then we need to tell the other gamers that, hey, these loot boxes, these other stuff that you all don't like, stop buying them, which they don't stop buying them. I don't think they devalue their game in that regard, as he's trying to say, because we know Nintendo does the selects. I'm not angry that Pikmin, which is the Pikmin I bought. If Pikmin 3 comes to the Switch, if they come, and you're right, they could have done a compilation. Hell, they might do a Pikmin compilation. There might be a Donkey Kong Country and Tropical Freeze compilation. The thing is, these are companies, and you're right. They have a bottom dollar to make money. That's what they gotta do. They have a popular console. They're gonna sell it. What they gotta sell. Just like SNK is doing the exact same thing, throwing everything in the kitchen sinks at the Switch because it's selling. You, as a consumer, have a choice, and that's the part that annoys me. If you don't like what they're doing, as you just said, T, I don't like this. I'm not gonna buy this. I'll wait until I'll wait until it gets cheaper. You're correct. That's the choice you do. That's what you should do. Other people think differently. They want to buy it. Let them buy it. Because I bought Hyrule Warriors and the DLC pack. a lot of money. 3DS and the DLC season pack, not more than it's supposed to be as well too. Now everything is wrapped up in the definitive edition. Just new costumes and stuff. I will guarantee because the double screen adds something to the 3DS, and it's not gonna be added to the Switch, and it's just gonna suck. So the better version really was on the 3DS, just so you didn't have the graphics to go with it. But again, people won't care about the graphics, as T brought up sometime the whole graphics thing. But you know what? I bought 2 games that are the same, and I enjoyed it. You know what? I'll wait until it gets the price cheap, just like you said. I'll wait until the price gets cheap to buy Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. Speaking of that, like technically speaking, if you go to Walmart right now, they got a lot of they got sales on Nintendo stuff right now for cheap. Y'all bitched about the dock. The dock, you could go to Walmart. The dock is I should have took a picture of the whole thing, but the dock is $69.99 now. So so they brought it down. $69.99. The Pro Controller, $10 off. The Joy-Cons left and right, $10 off. Game Boy, the 2D XL is now $129. I don't know how long it is. That's that rollback price to promote or whatever. What it is. Funny enough, when I went to Walmart, the Nintendo Labo, I'll be honest, the 2 Walmarts I went to, the Labo robot kit was there. I think 1 slot was missing, but the variety kit was sold out. Everybody's going with the variety kit. And there's a choice right there. People are like, okay, I'll have more fun with that, or just 1 fun with 1 robot. Pick your choices. We all have choices. I said that Nintendo's going to do this, and I know they're going to do this. Again, the ports are stopgaps. I don't know how much millions of times I've said that before. If you want to call it greed, it's greed. Then we got to call the same thing on PlayStation and Xbox for what they did with the whole Last of Us. Remastered, and the DLC is being remastered. So it's a choice. I don't like when consumers, like I said, you have a choice to buy stuff if you want and not. I'm not buying the BlazBlue coming out because of the whole DLC pack thing, what it is. I'll wait. Dragon Ball Z, a lot of people bought Dragon Ball Z Fighters and they're enjoying it. I'll wait until everything comes out and see if they have a definitive. I have the option to do that. Bayonetta, nothing changed in Bayonetta except that you can unlock the costumes with Amiibo, but people go out there and bought it. I'm gonna feel, and for $60, they went out and bought it. Same thing with Pokken and everything. Pokken now added a different version with the view, and you have more they added their own characters, which was already in the arcade, but they added it in the game. It's up to you to validate it if you wanted to play it or not. It still sold 1 million, so technically speaking, it was a success. So my thing is, if you, as usual, if you don't like it, don't buy it. I mean, all the stuff with Star Wars and everything, people's going crazy. Oh, the Star Wars, we're gonna, like I said, Belgium screwed their Belgium gamers. I feel for the gamers there for that. The Belgium gamers, I feel for them that happened. Because I don't understand when Belgium said anybody that sells loot boxes, we're gonna arrest them, put them in for 5 years or whatever, 5 to 15 years. How you'll do that? You have no jurisdiction to any company outside of yourself. So I don't know how you'll do that. I don't know. You'll go to EA and technically funny on the list. The game that started the whole controversy is not on that list for Belgium. So that's even a weird conundrum itself. And I know why it's not on the list, but it just still shows how stupid these laws are. You gamers want laws, these government to be inside of your games. You know what? Have at it. Like I said in my last video with Nintendo Financials, having this law is not going to stop kids from getting this. Having this law is not going to stop, because basically that's what the laws is. We don't want to put gambling in kids' hands again. then don't buy the Pokemon cards or Yu-Gi-Oh cards, all those cards. Because if you look it up side by side, it's the same thing. You bought a pack of cards hoping to get something in there. You might open up a pack of cards and 4 out of the 5 might be a duplicate card that you have that you didn't want. And you only get one card that's different. Maybe not the card even you wanted. It's the same thing. But for Belgium to, again, and Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft doesn't make money in Belgium as much. So you know what? What they're going to do? They're going to just circumvent over it, just like they did with Greece, just like they did in South America. Well, not all South America, but like in Brazil and stuff. That's what they would circumvent over it. It's not a lot of money that's going to do that. If you guys want to stop, so I feel bad for those countries. But, you know, if you want to stop the loot boxes, it's simple. Don't buy the game. So T, I'm with you. If you don't like what is going on, don't buy the game. You're right. Do not buy these games. Do not buy Donkey Kong Country if you feel it's undervalued. It's all opinion based on how you feel. Do not buy the game. And then maybe you will stop these companies, greedy as you want to call them, Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, stop doing these practices that y'all don't like. I do. I don't buy games unless, like I said, unless it's justified for me. And that's what you should be justifying for you. You should not let anybody force you down that path unless you feel cool to the person and they help you to the hint, but not force you down that path. Again, I ain't bought Tropical Freeze, and I will buy Tropical Freeze maybe later on in the year, maybe next year when it's a little cheaper. Not because of the whole port thing. It's because of the cartridge. Cartridge lasts longer than the thing. I still have my Game Boy, my Metroid 2 Game Boy. It still works to this day, and I bought it a long time ago. It still works to this day. I bought it back in 92. When I bought it, my friend gave it to me back in 92. Sorry, he gave that to me back in 92, and this is 2018, and it's still playing. It's still playing. Saves not that much because of the battery thing, but it's still playing. Because my Game Boy is still playing. That's how much it is. But anyway, in that regard, if you don't like it, don't buy it. And I said, I always said that. I've said that maybe a million times on my channel. That's why I'm doing this video in a response video, because it's just, like I said, he puts up good points. If you want to say he devalued the game, whatever, but and you don't want to be a cheerleader for it because it was your favorite game when it did that. No, there's a lot of good games that I would cheer for, and they did stuff for it. But you know what? I tell people, hey, look at the game, see if it's worth your value. If it's not, then you don't gotta buy it. I will never force a person to buy a game, even if I like it or whatever it is. I really don't want to force them. I will point out the hypocrisy of it, like Metroid fans, the fuckers. That's different. Star Fox fans, they're also the bastards. You talk all that shit. They did exactly what you wanted and you didn't buy it. So screw y'all on that stuff. Sometimes the company is right by doing what they're doing, because fans are so fickle and whatever. You wanted to buy the game now. You want to buy Tropical Freeze. There are people buying Tropical Freeze now because it's on the Switch and it's popular. That's why they're buying it. They're not buying it because, oh, it's a great game. I didn't pick this up on a Wii U. And no, they got a chance. Some of these guys have Wii U's. They didn't buy it on the Wii U because it was not popular. Now that the Switch is popular, now they're buying it. Gamers are fickle that way. These consumers, nothing. They're just crazy in the way that they think, and that's what it is. And companies have to play that fine line between that. Now, I'm against broken games. I'm against loot boxes and crazy DLCs. Crazy DLCs and all this crazy nonsense. I'm against that. But you know what I could do against that is not buy those games and tell people, if you don't want to mess with those games, don't buy them too. But if you're gonna be bitching and moaning and you still buy the games, then then you're the hypocrite. You know how much gamers again back in 2013 said they do not want to have online always game. I could list off all the games, all the gamers who said that BS, and they're playing it now. They have all these always online. I ain't buying no always online game. People will say, "Oh, well, it's Splatoon." No, people who are my friends could see. I don't play Splatoon online all the time. I play the single player, and that's why I'm buying an Octo expansion. Oh, I can't wait for that. I like single player games. That's me. That's what I'm gonna do. But this is just ridiculous. I'm not gonna. I will be happy. You know, like T said, if they put it all together and they have a better price point. If they have that, they have that. But it didn't happen. It didn't happen. So if it didn't happen, you have the choice to buy it or not buy it. There's a lot of games I think should have been a cheaper price, and I didn't buy it. I think Hyrule Warriors should be a cheaper price. Definitive Edition on the Switch, I think it should be cheaper. You put all the stuff in there, but I think it should be cheaper. It'll be cool at a $40 price tag, but it's not. So you know what? I'll wait until the price drops. That's just what it is. I'll wait till the price drops. Maybe on a sale somewhere, or buy one somewhere, or Best Buy have a buy one get one free or something when it comes to Black Friday or something. That I might buy a game that I want and then get that game for free. I might do that. There are many options out there to buy these games. Or go to a GameStop and find it used. A cartridge, unlike a disc where you can get scratchy, a cartridge ain't gonna get ruffled that much. So you could buy the cartridge out no problem. The Shadow game should have been released on for $40. Again, if that's what you think, SK, I'm not against that. Yeah, it's a price point, but if it's not that price, you have the option of buying it or not buying it, just like anybody else. So that's my contention with it. I'm not against you, SK, but it's with these YouTubers who say this stuff. It's just you had a contention to do it like that. Tokyo Mirage Session. If they do Tokyo Mirage Session into the Switch, I will buy that game. This is me. I will buy that game at $60. Why? Because I think that was a great game, and it should have been sold better on the Wii U, but it didn't, and it's coming on the Switch. I'll buy it for the Switch. Star Fox Zero. Even though I love Star Fox Zero on the Wii U, I like it where it is. I want to support the Star Fox game, and I'll buy it on the Switch. And I know it will sell more on the Switch. The sucky part about it if you take out the motion controls out of it, but I'll buy it. Even though I hate the notion of it, I'll buy it because I want to support that person from doing it. Hyrule Warriors, again, I'll buy it, but not at the price it is because I think it should have been cheaper. But I'm not gonna be. You ain't see me making more videos about, man, it should have been this and that and whatever, because I have the option to buy what I want to buy cheaper. Hyrule Warriors should have been cheaper or discounted for those who got it in 3DS. I agree with you, Insane Gamer. I agree with you, but that's not what happened. We gotta live with the reality. That's not what happened. So I ain't gonna buy it for $60. I agree with you. I agree with SK. I agree with you. I agree with T to the degree on the way he separated stuff. I agree with Mr. T2, but I have the definitive action with my wallet to spend what I want. You telling me with all these games that came out, you played every single game for Nintendo? No. So you could buy the Kirby right now, or buy Xenoblade right now, or buy whatever you have. All the games that came out, buy them. Wait until Christmas time, see if a sale comes up, and enjoy it. And enjoy it. We all have a choice to buy these things. Nobody's holding a gun to nobody's head. If you don't see it's worth your value, don't buy it. There are people who buy Tropical Freeze right now without no problem. Let's see what the sales say. There's a lot of people right now buying. Okay, we have another person saying the name. Oh, you know, I forget. Mr. Red Fox does like Lava because it's cardboard. Okay. So he's not going to buy it. That's cool. You don't have to buy it. But other people are buying it and enjoying it. Again, the variety kit is selling like crazy. They could buy it. I'm assuming Dark Souls on the Switch might be $60. Yeah, I mean that would mostly be if whoever's publishing the game gonna publish it for that price. Just like WB forced Lego City to be a higher price when it was $20 on the Wii U, and that's what I bought it. I bought it $20 on the Wii U. I'm not gonna buy it over again. Even that one I could go for the cartridge thing, but But I'll wait until it's like maybe $20, $15. I could wait. I'm not in a rush to get that game. I got it on the Wii U. I've not played the game. I want to play the game, but I got Zelda and all kind of other games out to play, of course. We all have options to buy what we like. Let's not act like we have to buy it right there, and then someone in the house say you buy Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze right now. Buy Hyrule Warriors right now. Buy Toad Trigger Tracker right now. I don't even know if, like I said, I'm close to beating Toad Trigger Tracker. I might get it. I might wait until it's later on to get it on, like I said, on the cartridge, because cartridge lasts longer than disc. I might do that, get it later on, and then enjoy. And when later on, it is, the couple stages they added is not going to make me think, oh, I got to get it right now. Hell, I got games from last year I want to get that I ain't bought yet. There's too much games to play. There's too much games to play and enjoy. Hell, I beat Xenoblade 2, but now that I've gotten, some other characters and stuff like that, and I'm trying to build them up before I do maybe a new game plus, because they transfer over, or before the DLC for the new story happens. I want to build them up and see what it's, and then maybe I'll shut it off then, wait till the new story comes out, because I bought the season pass, play it, and go from new game plus all the way to the new story. That's what I'm gonna do. There are games that you could there's a lot of games out there that people could buy. A lot. And I don't get the nuance of being angry about it. The stuff that y'all should be angry about, a lot of people don't play the games and stuff. I've seen a lot of people talk about the whole graphics thing still to this day, like it makes a difference. Majority of games are 720p and above now, unless it's like I said, 2D style game, whatever. That you're not hurting your eyes to squint to find out what the hell the detail is. Does it look more beautiful and artistic? Yes, but can you play the game with you guys can't tell me you can't play it. I mean, you can't even say that, because now we got a lot of these retro 2-bit games that people are buying up. I know, so they have a more colorful palette, but it's 2D, 8-bit, 16-bit games. Come on, man. Just play the games and enjoy the games. Why is that so difficult? I don't get that. Mario Kart 8 ain't no different. The reason I bought Mario Kart 8 Deluxe again because of the cartridge, one, and the battle mode. I like the battle mode, as T brought up. The battle mode and everything's in there. I think was a good value to me, and I bought it. But Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U ain't no. The value of being in 1080p to 720p makes no difference to me. It doesn't. It not make one lick of difference to me. Like 720p thing. Same thing with Bayonetta. Same thing with any. I know what the game was when I played it and I enjoyed it. I didn't buy Wind Waker HD because of the HD. They added changing some stuff around the game and then some of the mechanics. I wanted to play the game because it was a great game to play, and I said, "All right, I got my Wii U. I got my Wii U. Let me play this game and enjoy it." I bought it because I wanted to buy it. The graphics never has been one of the reasons it is. Maybe the art style, but the graphics resolutions I never cared for that stuff. What up, Doc Ghost? Yep, we ain't talking a long time, but like Doc Ghost said, me and Doc Ghost talked last year about how he's a Zelda fan. He didn't like what they did with Zelda Breath of the Wild. So you know what? He didn't buy the game. He has his reasons. I got nothing against that. He doesn't buy the game, and he has his own money. He didn't feel like as big as a Zelda fan he is. He said he didn't like certain things in it, which I'm not going to let out like that because people would think it's weird. But hey, that's his point, his wallet, his money, his brain. He want to do what he want to do with it. That's what he wants. And he stands by his thing. I can't tell somebody, hey, if you don't like it, don't buy it. And if he didn't buy it and say, oh man, you're missing out on I say he's missing out on a great game. But again, that's his thing. I'm not going to force him down to say, hey, you got to go buy this game, whatever. No. When it's modern games, art style matters little to graphical fidelity. But if it's retro, suddenly it suddenly matters. Exactly, art style matters. Exactly, you're right. Double A. That's the part that kills me. So again, I'm not gonna do it now. Maybe later today I'll rephrase the title of this thing because I didn't watch. Like I said, I didn't watch the video. I watched it just as you guys watched it, and I wanted to see what is going on. There are companies. Mr. T is right. There are companies. They have a bottom dollar. They have a bottom line to make money and do things. So he's right about that. And all you could do is you don't have to buy it. Let it be what it is. Don't do it. Don't blah 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 all the stuff. Just don't buy the game. If you think the value is not worth it, do not buy the game. Again, Metroid fans, Star Fox fans, all these guys spoke with their wallet, even though they asked specifically for those stuff, and they didn't buy it. So I don't want to hear when it comes like Metroid, like the Metroid games, Metroid Prime. I tell you, Metroid Prime will sell 5 million. If you don't sell 5 million, I don't want to hear nothing from the Metroid community because y'all are full of crap. You got a game that came out on the 3DS. Was a game of the year handheld game of the year. Got great reviews. Samus is not talking. For some of you people who got a problem with Samus is talking, I don't. Samus is not talking. She's the badass as y'all say she's supposed to be. But y'all didn't go out and buy it. That's why I say I'm half of the consumers on certain things. I'm half of the company on certain things. On the Star Fox and Metroid, I'm on the company side of saying F you. On the consumer side, you want to stop these loot boxes and broken games and crazy pre-order DLCs and all this stuff. Don't buy the game. Don't do the pre-orders. Don't do all the stuff. But y'all don't. So it's a balance of bullshit on both sides. It really is. And that's the sad part about this. T-shirt skip Tropical Freeze and buy Gun Gal 2 instead. You messed up, man. Oh well. Anyway, guys, like I said, just did this video because I saw it in my feed and I was like, let me check this out, see what's going on. And again, I've been listening to the Juices Loose podcast on and off, basically, and I listened to one where they talked about Furukawa and how he's saying, again, that's not how Nintendo works, but again, channelists, businessmen, they think how it works like that. It doesn't. It's sad. Just like how a lot of these guys talk about. Again, I want anybody in the video, whoever see, you saw what I did with Nintendo financials. Tell me any other YouTuber that went that deep into the Nintendo financials and give relevancy as I did without being super long and drawn out. Because there might be somebody who really went deep into it and just talk monotone and don't see the fun part and crack jokes or whatever. But tell me somebody who did exactly what I did. Most people just give you, Nintendo's making a lot of money. Here's the bullet points. They made $9 million. Again, they made 11. But this and that without the operational costs and all this stuff. Like, I ain't seen nobody cross paths that did that. And I give the power to the consumers, of course. If you don't like it, don't buy it. That's what I do. But I'm not going to, you want to buy games, you buy games and you live with it. Prime 4 will be the ultimate example. Samus Return was just a preliminary. You're right, AA. You're 100% right about that. So let me go on to work. I basically went to sleep way early last night, so that's why I'm up a little earlier than usual. But I had to head to work. Hope you guys have a nice Monday and the rest of the week. Enjoy it. And you know what I always say? There's no perfect games out there. What's perfect to you is not perfect to me. What's perfect to me is not perfect to you. Simply enjoy your games on all consoles, even PC. Peace out.